We have reached that point of a year where every single American is affected by the decision of a select few, with the powerful gather in back rooms and plot how they will captivate and enrapture the eyes, ears, and minds of every adult. What battles will be waged, and how opinions will be bent to the will of others. No, we're not talking about presidential elections. Come on. We're talking about something much more personal and critical to life as we know it. The New York International Auto Show, opening next week. Everything from the latest in key fobs that carry your DNA to prototype vehicles that will carry we mere mortals, our wallets, and insurance payments into the future. Our guest will be there, of course, the syndicated master of everything automotive. Let's go ahead, put the pedal to the metal, and get to work. Welcome back the car coach, Lauren Fix, whom I'm really jealous of. Every year when you go to New York, I hate this time of year.
Sorry.
But I will now just send it to you. Give us a brief idea of a couple of things that we're going to see this year at the show.
Well, I know Audi's going to be bringing their new e-tron, and Infiniti will have some of their new products. They're starting to evolve from what was left of Johan when he left Audi, went to Infiniti, and now he's off to Cadillac. So you'll see some new Infiniti products, and the Cadillac XT5 and CT6 will be there. In addition, Lincoln will have the final version of the Continental, which last year took the show by storm. I mean, it was just so technologically advanced. So we'll see the actual production model. In addition to that, every single manufacturer is bringing something exciting. Mazda will have the CX-9. Porsche will have the beautiful, which I'd love to have one, 911R. Of course, they're hard to get, and they're $250,000.
Oh, come on, that's nothing for you. Stop. Come
it's
on.
pennies. It's pennies. But there'll be a lot of new vehicles. BMW 100th anniversary. They'll have the Alpina B7, and they'll be bringing some new products out as well. Of course, Jeep will be there with the Moabs, which is going to be potentially, we're hearing, rumor, that it's a Hellcat Jeep, which would be really interesting because that's a small vehicle with an Amazon engine. Could be quite an interesting choice. I think it'll probably stay in the concept mode. I can't really see that hitting production.
Yeah, let's not talk about concepts. They make me drool every time we see it. We're just seeing the BMW here. That's crazy. Okay, you mentioned manufacturers. Couple of interesting things. 20 automakers are promising to make automatic braking standard by 2022. Now, you see it in a lot of the commercials these days, people distracted, the car brakes itself. This sounds, on the surface, like an absolutely necessary and perfectly timed idea. Is it?
It is actually automatic emergency braking. I have it. I have an Audi, and when I first got it, I thought, I'll play with it. And it really does. When I'm a very close driver because of my racing experience, so when I make a pass on someone, it might be a little closer than the average person.
So you're the one driving the roads of Miami and Los Angeles. Okay, we got it down now.
No, up my way, up in the Northeast. But I will tell you what's interesting. If it feels that you're putting yourself in danger, it will brake the car, just like you've seen in the VW commercials. And so because of that, they're claiming it'll save 9,000 lives and 4,000 associated accidents. So that's NHTSA and IIHS are working together to try and make the roads safer. And I have to say, in this case, it's actually a good choice.
Okay, I think it's a great idea, absolutely. I saw it last night, somebody veering off the road twice when they were sitting on their phone, and they were doing it 80 miles an hour, and they were almost in the median strip. For whatever reason, if we can control that, then we're feeling better. Which then leads us to our next story here. The congressional hearings on self-driving cars. What came out of this was that everybody needs a place to test the cars, look at the results, and a cohesive national policy toward autonomous vehicles. That's something a lot of people don't talk about. We see these cars all the time, but there's no policy regulating them.
No, and they're all state by state as well. So if you want to drive your autonomous car in Nevada and test it, you have to get a license plate. But then if you want to take it to California, it's a different license plate. We experienced that last year when Audi had vehicles drive from Palo Alto to the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas, pull over at the border of each state, switch license plates and drive. It was a little bit ridiculous, but that's the way the rule is right now. So a cohesive national law is one thing. We still have not overcome hacking. And last week, they were able to hack Elon Musk's vehicle, which I totally loved, actually. But I guess there was a software upgrade. So the thing is, you have to keep in mind when you're using the internet, and even though there's passwords, one of the things you need to know is we still have not addressed the hacking situation. And in addition, autonomous cars, really, the average consumer doesn't want, nor will they be able to afford because they're going to be six-figure vehicles.
But I got about 40 seconds left here. Is it not fair to say that when we talk about a cohesive national policy, I love those words, are you serious? We can't agree on anything right now. What's to make anybody think that we'd have a national policy on driverless cars within, 10 years, 5 years?
I don't see it coming. I think we got a lot of government regulation as well as insurance law that we're going to have to go through. Most manufacturers do not like to share all of their technology. They'll share some of it. You know, Elon Musk shares his, but even his autonomous vehicle is not working properly, and therefore it was removed from a lot of vehicles. So before you think this is within reach, I think you're looking at the latter part of 2020.
Top of your head, 10 seconds, car you can't miss at the New York Auto Show.
Ooh, tough. You made it really difficult on me.
Come on.
I know McLaren's bringing some vehicles. How can I not talk about a car that I'd like to afford?
Okay, there you go. The McLaren, and I'm going to have to go for the BMW, and I'm going to look for horsepower no matter what happens. If I was only there.
B7.
I know.
Wow.
God, one of these days. All right, don't forget, LaurenFix.com. You'll read all about the auto show and everything else that's automotive. Lauren, it's always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. I am going to get to this auto show one day. I keep telling myself that one year we're going to do a show live from the New York Auto Show. That's next year. I'm planning on that right now, and I'm driving away in the best Dodge I can find, or something more expensive. The Hardline continues.